recipe formula, but let's the alumni speak first. I've been speaking for a long while, for 1 hour now. So let me stop sharing. Gabriel, are you with us? Oh, we have 60
yes,
people.
yes, ma'am.
We have 60 people. Oh, wonderful. So this is Gabriel. Gabriel is a DTW alumni of 2024. Okay, and it's called 304. And now he has gained admission into the University of Abuja to study medicine and surgery. So, Gabriel, in 10 minutes, share with us. Please share with us your study techniques. Okay, you can see people, hyping you. Can you see that? Can you see the love? Okay, please now, I want you to share with us your study techniques. You're muted, Gabriel. You're muted.
Yes, ma'am. I was
Please go
muted.
ahead in 10 minutes. Let us all listen. Pay attention now. Take your notes, okay?
All right. Thank you so much, Ma. I'm very grateful for this opportunity. And good morning, everybody. Thank you so much. I see our emojis. Thank you. My name is Gabriel Edache, and I'm a DTW alumni. I joined DTW last year. The year before last now, in preparation for my JAMB, and by God's grace, I was able to make a very high score of 304. Yes, and I'm currently studying medicine and surgery at University of Abuja. Okay, quickly, I'll just be going through my reading methodology, the textbooks I used, and then what inspired me. Those are the three things I'll be talking about. For my reading methodology, one of the things that helped me was that I truly started early. Yes, I started November, the year before my JAMB. Okay, so let's say, so I'm going to write JAMB in April this year. I started November last year. That was when I joined DTW. And it was actually because of some testimonials I saw. So starting early gave me a hedge. It helped me to read, cover a lot, and then retain them in my memory. So I was able to know so much by studying over a long period of time. And then I was able to retain them also. Then I also created a schedule for my reading. Yes, because I was working at that time, and if I would just leave it to chance when I feel like reading, I knew I wasn't going to do that every time. So I created a schedule for my reading, and I tried my possible best to see that I always followed the schedule. Then also, just like this seminar you're having now, we also had the same seminar, and we were giving recommended textbooks. I believe our facilitator is going to give us the link for those recommended textbooks. They are there on Telegram. So I used recommended textbooks also to read. Yes, but part of the things I did when I was creating my schedule was that I created a target of what I wanted to score. Even though those targets were changing as the motivation and inspiration was coming, I was increasing them. At some point, I even increased it up to 360. When I was preparing for this, I remembered I had written it down. So I quickly went to look for the document, and this was the document of where I wrote it down. You see, I don't know if you'd be able to see it closely.
Yes. I told you guys to write it down. I told them to write it down. Yes.
Yeah,
and
so you see there. So there I wrote.
You must send us that picture. Send us the picture, okay?
Okay. So there I wrote it. I wrote 360. For my use of English, I wrote 86. For physics, I wrote 90. Biology, I wrote 94. And chemistry, I wrote 90. So cumulatively, it gave me 360. Yes, so that was the target I wrote down at that time. Then another thing I did was that I attended the DTW online classes. So I remembered vividly, I said I was going to start from the very beginning till the very end. I was going to follow DTW class. So from the first month we started, I registered and I did. I think eventually I missed one. That should be the one in either January or February. I can't remember again. Yes, but I attended the classes. I was working, but what I did was I had my earpiece plugged and then I had my phone in front of me. The class is interactive. I was jotting down some of the points I could jot down, and then I was following the class also. Then I answered past questions. Yes, I did a lot of past questions. I had my app, my software on my system. I believe our facilitator will also give us this particular document. It really helped me, this 30 days challenge. I have the one I used on my phone where I was marking it. So what I did is the 30 days challenge is your syllabus broken down, and you can complete it with discipline and dedication. You can complete it in 30 days. So what I did was I'll pick it up. If I finish any topic, I would tick it. Then I'll go to my app. I'll now use, there's a question
Tell
search
them
feature
the
on
app,
your app.
oh, the app you're
Yes,
using,
DTW
DTW
app.
app. Uh-huh.
Yes, you use DTW app. It's there. In your DTW app, you would see the question search feature there. You just go there and then you type the topic that you have studied. Then it will give you questions, all the questions that have been set in JAMB under that topic. You answer all. So that was what I was doing. I would pick my topic. After answering it, I'll go to my app. Then I would search for it. I'll answer all the topics there. I'll go to the next one. That was what I was doing. I was also timing myself. Yes. After that, I'll time myself and see how much I can finish for a particular year. All of those settings are there on your DTW app. Yes, you can get it, and it's good if you get it on time so that you can do so much practice. So those were the methods of reading methods I used. I used my textbook. I started early. I was practicing, answered so many questions. Then the textbooks I used, I found many of them on DTW Telegram group. I think they are still there. You can find them there. I would really encourage that we join. I'm still there, even currently. I'm still there on the Telegram group. I used New School Biology and LAMLAD. I used New School Physics and LAMLAD. I used LAMLAD Chemistry. For my chemistry, I preferred LAMLAD because it really breaks it down very well for me. So I used Chemistry LAMLAD. Then for my English, I used Dele Ashade's Invisible Teacher. Yeah, you'll find all of them there. All these textbooks I mentioned, you'll find them there. Then there are these other textbooks I use. I can't remember their names again, but they are there. Most especially biology and physics. They break down the topics. They break down your scheme of work into different topics, and then after that, you see questions there. So I used that also. Yes, and then I prayed. Very important. And as our facilitator said, from time to time, she would call us, pray for us also. I believe it played a very important role also because I don't know if all of us are Christians. The Bible said the horses are prepared for battle, but victory is of the Lord. Some of those scriptures I heard very dear to me. It says a man can decide to build a building, but if the Lord does not help him, he builds in vain. Yes, the sentries can decide to keep watch. If God does not help them, they are watching in vain. So no matter what, I prepared, but nevertheless, I prayed. I really, really looked up to God to help me. And as the result shows, God really helped me. So what inspired me also were people who had gone through the same path that I went through and then made success. The previous alumni before us, I think the highest scorer was 345. I won't forget. The day he spoke, I saw so much in what he said. I learned so much. His reading techniques, the dedication he put into work. I remember vividly. In fact, the day he was giving us this seminar, he was studying for his post-semi. I don't know if you can remember, ma.
Yes.
He was studying.
And he told you guys he reads 50 pages a day.
50
oh
pages,
God, I can't forget Folorunsho.
Yes, ma'am. So
and everybody was saying, is it possible? It's possible.
It's very possible. It's very possible. So he puts in the work. I saw dedication. I saw a young person like me doing what I had not thought of doing prior before that time. So he put in the work and it really inspired me. I made up my mind that I was not going to get anything less than 300, and I was ready to put in the work for it. I know we may have so much aspirations. I want to make this. There is a pathway that leads to 300. I must say this. There is a pathway that if you follow with prayers and dedication, and God helping you, you would arrive at that particular destination, 300. So it inspired me a lot. Then secondly, what inspired me also was the course I was applying for. I knew medicine is very, very competitive, and there are so many people applying for medicine. For some schools, you would find maybe 3,000 people applying for medicine for that particular school, and what they are taking are just 200. So you see 2,800 students are not going to get admission, and you don't want to be among those 2,800. So imagine what you are going to do to ensure that you have a high score. Our facilitator told us when we started that even for some schools, the competition is very high and you don't want to start begging people. You want your name to come out in first list. You want your name to come out in merit list. You want, as soon as JAMB is releasing that first list, you want your name to be there. There is a way to prepare for it. So all of those things, I did not want to always go and be at the mercy of someone. And some of those things lead to compromise. I remember also our facilitator said one of the reasons why she created this group was because of people compromising, going to passing centers. You can actually do it on your own, irrespective of where you're coming from. I grew up in the north, and even though the academic situation in the north, as she also said, is a bit low, I grew up in the north, and I am faced with those realities. But look at the score. It cancels all those excuses of where you are coming from. You can actually do it. Yes, so those things really kept me inspired. And then, yes, I remember one day we were having a seminar, a webinar like this, and our spirits were down. So our facilitator asked us to put in the scores we wanted to get. And everybody were putting low scores, because the exam was coming and then we were feeling discouraged. But she motivated us also. And I remember I changed my score that time. I wrote 340. Yes, I changed it to 340. And she really encouraged us, prayed with us. It also motivated me and kept me going. Then, lastly,
I can't, Gabriel. Let me cut in. I can't remember that day.
Okay.
I said I can't forget that day. There were 2 weeks. I think like 2 weeks to the exam, because that month I made sure I was meeting with them. There were 2 weeks to the exam, and I was talking. Everyone was quiet. I was like, no, fear must leave these students. And I remember telling people to start shouting. You are destined to win. I started shouting until they were all charged. And I was like, yes, go, start reading. And I met them the other week, and I saw that their spirits were high. I said, yes, this is it. So, see, it is not just you coming to pay. That's why I said, even if just join the online classes. Let me tell you, join the online classes. It's the whole package.
Yes, ma'am.
It's the whole package. Just join, because you're going to be closer to me. If you're on the free groups, it will be just because I have other people to focus on. All right, but definitely I will still do what I can on the free groups to update you and all that. But my online students, they are with me. Are you with me? And I'm always with them, encouraging them. Okay. So go on, Gabriel.
Yes, ma'am. So there were also brainstorming sessions. I remember one of the alumni that was already a medical student. She would come back to the group and then help us to brainstorm, give us tricks on these questions. Some questions are really tricky. So she came and then her name is Goodness. I remember now.
Yes, Goodness.
Yes, she's a medical student. Either OAU. I can't remember.
You knew.
Yes. So she came over and she was helping us also prepare. So there are brainstorming sessions also like that. And there was also someone again, I think he was in engineering. I don't really know. He also came back, also was helping us to brainstorm close to the period of our exams. So it also helped. And those brainstorming sessions, there are some things that you may not have read, and someone must have read them and understand them very well. The person would explain also, and then to give you more light into it. So I'll really encourage that we start early, join the classes early. They really, really help. Yes, I would just give us one. I'll say something and then I think my session is almost time for it to complete. The day I went to write my exam, when I was on the line, I was telling myself that I'm going in as a 300 candidate. When I was on the line, you join a queue to go into your exam. So I was telling myself, Gabriel, you're going in as a 300 candidate. You're not getting anything less than that. The devil wanted to just bring in thoughts, what if you fail, all this exam tension. But I kept telling myself, no, you are going in as a 300 candidate. You are going in as a 300 candidate. You are going in as a 300 candidate. And it really helped me. It boosted my morale. I wasn't fidgeting. I wasn't scared. Once I sat down, I took my exam, and when the result came out, the period of sacrifice of study, the payment, the following the class, the answering the question, I saw the results. So the results justified whatsoever sacrifice was put in. If it was financial sacrifice, if it was the time sacrifice, if it was the following the brainstorming session sacrifice, the result showed for it. And then ultimately, as you know, I've gotten admission. I've done my registration. I'm still doing some, and some online lectures have started already. In fact, I'm right now in Abuja already.
Wow! Congrats!
Yes,
Congrats!
we've resumed
Congrats!
school, and God has
Congrats.
really helped me.
Yes.
So I really encourage us to start early, giving the work, and pray, giving the work. We'll be giving tips. Yes, let me say this. I forgot this. There was one time, the facilitator also shared this, was it 3 scriptural verses to ward away fear. It's on YouTube. It's still on YouTube. I used to see it sometimes. It still pops up. So I followed it also. I follow the YouTube channel. I follow the Telegram channel, and then I follow the WhatsApp channel. I'm not very much into social media, so I follow this tree. And on the YouTube, she gave these 3 scriptural verses, and it really helped me also, because sometimes, to be honest, fear might want to creep in. You have to use God's word to ward them off. Remember what God told you, and then all of that. And then also, you will not always feel motivated. So it's good if you have a team of people. When you see other people putting in the work, you would also want to put in the work. Some days you wake up, you will not feel like reading, but you have class that day. If you create a system around it, it's no longer dependent on your feelings. It's now based on the system you have put in place. Yes.
Good.
So those systems will now help you. Thank you so much, ma.
Thank you so much.
I wish us all the best.
Yeah.
Yes, ma.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's see the emojis, the clapping. Let's clap.
I didn't share the scriptural verses.
I'm going to share it with you. Don't worry.
Okay, ma'am.
It's on YouTube. Just remind me. I'll share it on WhatsApp. Okay, on the WhatsApp groups. I'm going to share it. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So
thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you so much, Gabriel.